What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day as always. Today, thanks to Rollerblade, we are sitting in front of some new Twister XTs. Really excited to jump into these. This is just gonna be the overview and kind of a comparison to the Twister Edge skates. So let's dive right in. So before we get into the overview of these skates, I like to always just kind of go over what else is included in the box other than the skates. So let's check it out. First up, if you don't like the black laces that they come with, you got these nice neon green laces to kind of match that neon green accent going on. So that's pretty nice. You also got a set of Allen keys in here. Of course, your technical manual with all your reading if you choose to read through this. We got our heel brake in the box, which is always a nice thing to have. It's nice to have a heel brake for those beginners that want to use a heel brake to stop. And then the new thing that comes in the box that didn't come in the last box with the Twister Edge model, these skates are a dual size. So they're coming with a dual size footbed. How this works is it's basically this little hard foam insert that you're gonna stick in here underneath your liners. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna kind of suck up a little bit of that space and shorten that boot just ever so slightly. So as you can see here, these boots are the size 8.5, or they're a 26.5, which is my foot length. I'm actually gonna ride these without these inserts, but say your foot was an 8. All you would do is buy these same boots as me, and you just stick these underneath the liner, and it would raise up that liner just a little bit and create that size 8 shell feel. They had these as well in the blank skates that I reviewed. Haven't actually used these because luckily my foot fills up the whole boot without the sizers, footbeds, but in a pinch, this is a really awesome tool to have. All right, so that is what comes in the box. Let's take a look at these skates from top to bottom. I'm actually gonna bring out the old skates here. So as you can see, we have the new Twister XTs, and here's the Twister Edge model. I went ahead and stripped down one of the skates so that I can kind of break it down apples to apples here to see what stayed the same and what has changed for us. So let's go ahead and just kind of break this boot down from top to bottom, and we'll just have this next to us here so that we can always kind of refer to it to see what's changed or what stayed the same for us. For the top here on the cuff, we're looking at, I think it's the exact same latch buckle system. We have that little button there that unhooks it. It's plastic. Same thing we got over here, that little button hooks it. You'll see I kind of taken some falls on there. It's, you know, it works. I've really kind of mangled this. The only thing I don't like about it is this little hook right over here can kind of get jammed, and I've had to actually kind of reset that hook, and then it doesn't really clasp it down and stay clamped as well. I mean, it does hold still, but I've had to kind of remodel that sometimes, which isn't my favorite strap design for the cuff. It works, but not my favorite. Thing that did change here, if we spin these around, as you'll notice right here on the new ones, we have some nice protection on the inside here. So that's one thing that I did notice on these old ones is when I was skating and I had my skates close, sometimes they would push together and I would actually release this, and this would be hanging as I was skating. I'd have to like reset it, because as you can see, all you gotta do is just push on that, and there's no protection around here. Whereas this really bumps it out. I don't know if you can see that next angle over there. Really bumps it out in this area and protects that. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have any kind of release on that if you don't want it to be released. That's an awesome upgrade in this new model. Thank you, Rollerblade, for doing that. If we look at the back here of the cuff, looks to be about the same V-cut, the low cuff part. Same with the liners. Very similar looking. You know, they come down about the same. Got the Twister logo on the back. Just a little bit of an update in color, obviously, there. And design. The rest of the cuff, I mean, they're still removable cuffs if you need to remove them. So yeah, that's the cuff. You know, I wish this was a little beefier or kind of a different design on this side, but the fact that they added this whole protection area, that's a plus in my book. Let's just keep working our way down the skate to the 45-degree strap. See if they've changed anything here. It doesn't look like they've changed anything. It looks pretty much like the exact same piece. Yep, I mean the only thing that's different here, still metal, is just the color right here on the button to release that 45-degree strap. Thickness of these straps are about the exact same. So I think that 45-degree strap's the exact same as the Edge model, which is fine. Worked super well. Really enjoyed the ratchet mechanism. The release is really nice. Nothing to say bad about that. So eyelets for the laces, basically the exact same. Nothing's changed. Same laces that come with the skates. They're still not waxed. Going down, so we're gonna look kind of in the boot area here. I don't think much has changed except for maybe the logo on the heel. The slide plate is basically the same. I don't see any difference on that slide plate. Really, from the outside, aesthetics-wise, if you put these next to each other in the store and they were both brand new, it would be very tough to tell the difference between these two models. I mean, really the only upgrade that took place that I can find is that protection right here, which is a big plus in my book. So if we go down to the bottom of the boot, the bottom, we still see that anti-torsion box. The anti-torsion box is basically this metal plate here and here. What that is when you're mounting your frames to this, it's giving it a much more rigid, solid, something that's not gonna flex or move at all. So that power transfer from your foot through the boot, through the frame is solid. There's gonna be no flex in that. I really like the power transfer in these boots. That's one of the pluses, big pluses for me. So happy to see they still have that anti-torsion box. Looks like the same exact pretty much mold going on down here. They still have that ventilation air pocket hole down at the bottom of the shells. I have some duct tape actually on the underside of this, underneath my liner. That is because I don't feel the air, to be honest. I don't feel the ventilation. This area just gets super dirty and is a place where it's just gonna suck up all that road grime and dust and dirt and just get all up underneath your liner area inside your shell of your boot. And it's just to me, I don't think this needs to be here. I think they could close this up, in my opinion. Same with these toe air places where I also taped up. My feet are gonna sweat no matter what, so I'd rather have clean, sweaty feet than a dirty, sweaty liner. Yeah, that's about it. They look exactly the same under the boot as well. We are going to just throw these to the side here and take a look at the frames. I actually took these all apart this time just so we can kind of like line them up together. Which one is the new? Which one is the old? Well, there you go. Here's the new one. Here's the old one. They are, from all accounts, the exact same frame. I mean, boom, boom. They line up perfect, same weight, everything. They are the same frame. These are a 243 wheelbase. So that's 243 millimeters from here to here. That's a very standard 4x80 frame. They are aluminum, they are very rigid. Love to see that. It's a great frame. It's honestly, there's no reason why they should have changed to a different frame on these skates. Obviously, if you become more advanced skater or you kind of figure out what skating styles you like to do, you might get rid of this frame and put something else on these skates. You know, these skates are my daily driver. They could be anybody's daily driver. They're a great, great skate and can really hold up and do almost any kind of skating that you want to do other than, say, aggressive. And the wheels is the hydrogen wheels. They're a hydrogen Spectre wheel. You can see that kind of hidden in there. It's an 80 millimeter wheel and it's an 85A hardness. It's got a bullet profile right there. Hydrogen are literally my favorite wheels on the market. Kind of cool to see a black hydrogen wheel. The only thing about black wheels that I've said before in a lot of other reviews is they tend to chunk and fall apart easier than white wheels, I've found. I haven't ridden a black hydrogen before, so interesting to see if these chunk up or fall apart faster than the white versions of them. The bearings that are in here are, I believe, an ABEC 9. Yeah, it's an ILQ, it's a twin cam ILQ 9 classic bearing. The only downside to them is they don't have an easy shield to pull off, so they got these C-rings, so if you want to open them up and clean them up, you're messing with popping the C-rings out and putting them back in, which is kind of more of a pain than the ILQ 9 Pro bearings that Rollerblade makes. Same bearing, just has an easier shield to pop off. So yeah, great bearing and wheel to come with a stock skate. I mean, this is some pretty high-end stuff. So yeah, that is the outside of the Twister X skate. Let's go ahead and break down the inside. All right, so we have the liners out here now. Let's break them down. I got the old liners sitting next to me as well. Very similar liner structure, a little bit different stitch line here, and here. I mean, the thing that jumps out really quick to me is just the design and the pattern of fabric they're using inside here. The reason I like these liners to begin with is they're very stiff. They got a lot of padding. They don't have like floppy tongues. You know, that's not too floppy, but this tongue support right here, this, yeah, this reinforcement right here, that is awesome. Because all that forward flex, this little addition, I think is gonna be awesome. Also, look at the size of this tiny little strap here compared to this strap that's kind of all the way down the forefoot. That's cool. That's gonna really help hold and hug the liner around your foot. The neoprene toe box looks to be about the same. So this whole area in the front is neoprene, so it allows your feet and your toes to kind of just get a little bit of stretch and kind of fill out that boot in all the little crevices and not be restricted by a really hard liner material. On the bottom, looks to be like they still got the same ventilation holes, which, whatever. I don't know. I kind of think this is a little more grippy on the bottom of these ones. This pattern, I think they're about the same material, but this pattern, I think, has a little bit more grip as I rub my fingers across it. Either of them, I mean, I would love to see a little bit more grip surface down here, just so that when you're in that shell, there really isn't much slop or play. There isn't much because these are so perfectly fitted already, but here they could have had a nice rubber spot. That's a place that they could have improved it. It's the same thing as the old ones. The low cut, V-cut area is about the same. The straps are literally about the same. This one's maybe a little bit shorter, which, yeah, I mean, it looks to be a slight upgrades. Like this support piece right here, that plastic support looks nice. I like that. Inside, I can't tell you for sure, but I'm just gonna feel that one out. And I'm gonna feel inside of here. You know, these feel like there's more padding to them, but that could be just because they're, you know, 2 years or more newer. These have been packed out quite a bit. You know, a lot of people ask me, why are you skating the stock liners in your Twister boots? I come back and tell them because the Twister liners are some of the nicest, most premium liners, and they fit this shell perfect. I've put my intuitions in here and heat molded them to here. Yeah, they're great, they're fine. They add a little more support, but actually, I love these liners. Once you break these things in, inside this shell, it's kind of like an ecosystem of like just greatness. So there's no reason to go spend our $200 on liners when I think these do the job just fine. I'm gonna pull the new insoles out. Very similar insole to the ones that came with these ones. I'm actually skating another liner in these ones that I just felt fit better for me, but you know, these look like pretty decent insole. Nice arch support here. You can always replace it if you don't like it. One thing I wanted to show before we go is the insole. Just check out the old insole. Ooh, that's dirty. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought I heard somewhere that they were improved insoles or something, or shock absorption, but these look to be very, very similar in thickness. They look to be the exact same piece. So, same insole. So I think that's gonna do it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again to Rollerblade for sending these over for review. No, that's not a sponsored video, but yes, they sent them over for me to review for you all on my channel. If you guys have any questions, always let me know in the comments below. Happy to do whatever you need me to do to answer your questions about these skates. Stay tuned for the full review on these skates after I take them cruising around town for the next few weeks, and we'll have a full review video on this channel soon, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, make sure you're not able to miss any of these uploads. And until next time, just keep rolling.